Shalom, friends. This week we begin the fourth book of the Torah, Bamidbar, which normally is translated in English as Numbers because it contains the numbers of Bnei Israel, the numbers of the people of Israel who had arrayed themselves around the Ohel Mo'ed, the tabernacle in the midst of the desert. Some 600,000 plus people were there, all gathered around, having been counted one by one. And what is key about this parsha, and often missed, is that they were gathered in a great circle around this centerpiece, this tabernacle, this Ohel Mo'ed. Wrongly translated as tabernacle because Ohel means tent and Mo'ed means time. Rather, in this instance, it was the tent where time did not exist. And there is, according to legend, a string, a kind of tube or passageway that wends its way from heaven and connects with earth. And the connection, or the nexus point on earth for the Israelite nation, was this place called the Ohel Mo'ed, this timeless tent that contained the tablets of God and where God was felt to be most evident. And all the Israelite nation gathered round, clasped next to each other, sometimes holding hands, but giving each other chizuk, a sense of companionship, comradeship, connection with one another, as God connected with them. This is powerful. And according to Midrash, the Ohel Mo'ed was the representation on earth that was a kind of reinstitution of the Garden of Eden, since that was no longer available to the people on earth. This was a place where God could be found and there would be timelessness that existed, where people could come and find themselves, connect with one another horizontally, and connect with their Maker vertically. And time stopped. Just like the Garden of Eden, where there was no time and everything was in a state of perfection. This is achievable. We are the people of hope. We are the people of the ultimate belief that even in these times when we are dealing with so many instances that gnaw at our consciousness because people behave sometimes so poorly that we begin to despair. But here, in the midst of nowhere, in the midst of a desert, where virtually nothing grew, and there were no distractions, here was the Ohel Mo'ed, as the people were counted and numbered and knew that they were invaluable to each other and irreplaceable to God. This is a place where we not only vision, but we encounter when we pray with kavanah, when we come to the synagogue and we join one with another, now that the pandemic is receding into a distant memory, hopefully eradicated soon completely. And we can witness God and witness the power of God's presence in our Ohel Mo'ed, in our moment outside of time. Shabbat Shalom.